Okay, so good morning everyone, it's me, Epic What If, and today we have the first episode of What If. Okay, this is gonna be a bit long-winded. What if the Uzumaki, Senju, fucking Namikaze, and what other clan is there? I think that's about it. The Uzumaki, the Senju, and the Namikaze clans still existed within the story of Naruto. Now this is a very different video to what I normally do, in which I wrote the script where I wanted to explain how their clans essentially stayed alive, and I ended up writing a 3-page script, a 5-page script, holy fuck, before Naruto was born. So this entire episode is just going to be the setup. If you guys want to see more of this, definitely let me know and I will do it. I want to do it. I am enjoying writing this so far. So our story starts within the hidden Whirlpool village. The Uzumaki clans who live there receive a message from their spy network. An attack is about to be launched on their village by a combination of 3 other villages. Now in the original I think it was like the sand, the rock, and maybe the cloud? I think so. So those 3 villages are planning to launch an attack on the Whirlpool village. This is during the 3rd Great Ninja War, so, when the Uzumakis were wiped out. I think it was the 2nd Great Ninja War, so we've shifted it to the 3rd one, whatever. Let's say, the leaders of the village, the leader is Ryuga Uzumaki, gathers a meeting of their village's highest ranking people. We need to prepare a defense, maybe gather our allies to prevent the assault from having a greater impact. The head of the village police says. The head of the spy network, who is Sai Uzumaki, says, "We need to prepare a counter-offensive. Hanaku might mobilize the troops of the Senju clan for our defense. I could potentially ask Fugaku to spare a few Uchihas. That's about all I can do. I can ask the 3rd Hokage from the Leaf for some extra support if we're fortunate enough. But I'm gonna need the go from everybody in the village. Everybody in this room if we are to go through with this plan." Sai Uzumaki is a very important character, I suppose, so keep an eye on him, I suppose. So, the leaders within the room definitely agree. The room consists of the leader of the village, the leader of the village police force, the business tycoons, I suppose, and some elders. Okay. So, now Sai Uzumaki immediately prepares a few rations, I suppose, to reach the village and teleports himself away. He's essentially using something like Shizui's teleporter technique to essentially go a bit quicker than he normally would. So Sai immediately goes to Fugaku and sends 2 of his shadow clones over to Hanaku Senju and the 3rd Hokage. In the Uchiha residence, Sai meets Fugaku as Fugaku is in his house in front of a map on the wall, planning the next skirmish against the Rock. Ah, Sai. What great deed I must have done for you to grace me with your presence in my house. Sai, while looking at the map, I need your help, Fugaku. The Whirlpool is being targeted and, well, let's just say it's not looking good. I could use a few troops. Maybe send in a few, teams from the Uchiha clan. I could use them right now. Fugaku, now looking a little bit worried, still looking at the map, says, "This war has been rough, Sai. It's already getting too dangerous, I suppose. Just today I received news that we lost 2 members from Minato's team. All because he could not reach them in time. I told him they were not ready, but, well, he had to follow his orders." What does the 3rd Hokage say? Is he willing to lend some troops? Sai, still looking at the map, says, "Well, I don't know yet. My shadow clone hasn't actually reached him. I came here first. I suppose I'll find out in a few. But first, why did you tell me about Minato's team? I don't see how that was valuable information for me." Fugaku sighs and looks at him and says, "Simple, really. I'm just setting up the timeline. Nothing more, nothing less. We all have to do our parts." Fugaku, still looking at Sai, says, "I can send in Itachi with a few troops, I suppose. I'll also be willing to send in Kiyosen and Kidan, but you're gonna need permission from the Hokage to, ensure their teams can go. From what I remember last, well, They're still patrolling the forces. The best member in the police force, mind you. They have not gone on missions right now, so they should be available. Sai looks at Fugaku and says, "Are you certain you wish to send your son? He's still a child. What is he, like 13 now? He's not that old, you know." Fugaku smiles softly with a worried look in his eyes. "They have to grow up quick, I suppose. I know Itachi can do this. I believe in him enough." Sai nods his head, sees Mikito in the doorway, gives a warm smile, and gives his farewells to both of them. Then he vanishes within leaves. He essentially disappears, I suppose, similar to how Itachi used to teleport away using crows. Sai uses leaves, so wherever he is, if he wishes to teleport out of there, he, throws up a bunch of leaves, or essentially like leaves appear out of nowhere, so, that happens. Fugaku then shakes his head to where Sai was standing just a moment ago, with a slight smile. I feel he does that on purpose, just to annoy me, as he sees leaves in the mating room all over. In the Senju compound, Hanaku, in case you guys don't know, from what I've gathered, Hanaku is supposed to be Tsunade's father, so there we have it. Hanaku is also looking at a map with Dan Kato, who is Tsunade's husband. He's not died in this series, so there you go again. They seem to be planning another attack on the sand. Oh, nice. Hanaku looks up and sees Sai. "Ah, Mr. Sai, to what do I owe this pleasure?" Sai explains to him that what he told Fugaku. "Sai, of course, will help. The Whirlpool and the Senju clans are, well, I'd say age-old friends, but it's essentially from my father's time, so we're a generation-old friends. And I can't say I can break this generational trend. So yes, I'll be willing to send in some troops, Sai. You must ask the third Hokage if the teams are willing to go, but the Senju clan will be there to support you. I'll send in about 10 members from our clan, including a team led by my own daughter herself." Dan looks at Hanaku and asks him, "Are you certain you don't wish to send me? Tsunade is still busy in her missions." Hanaku looks at Dan and says, "Well, Dan, I require you for another meeting. So Tsunade, when she comes back, she'll go on again." Sai smiles and bids his farewell. It was easy enough here. At the same time, at the Hokage's office, Sai's shadow clone comes from behind a cupboard, from the shadows. Hiruzen looks at him and says, "Ah, Sai Uzumaki. I don't recall having set a meeting with you." Sai explains that the Whirlpool is to be attacked and he needs some support. "Well, Sai, most of the journey are in missions and battalions are on the field, and we have to have enough troops to defend the village." At this time, Sai's clone receives intel from Fugaku and Hanaku and informs the third Hokage. Hiruzen sighs and starts filing papers and tells Sai to expect reinforcements within a few days. The Whirlpool's invasion is supposed to happen in about a week. Now, the invasion of the Whirlpool did not actually happen in this series. The enemy forces were ambushed by the teams led by Tsunade, Sai, and Ryuga. The Whirlpool village was untouched. 4 years later, after the war had ended within the Hidden Leaf itself, a new Hokage, Minato Namikaze, and his wife, Kushina Uzumaki, had a child. They were ambushed by 20 ninjas, because Obito alone would be fucking killed. Minato and Kushina had multiple bodyguards during Naruto's childbirth. Bodyguards from, the Senju, the Uzumaki, and the Uchiha clans respectively, because the Uchihas had to protect the Jinchuriki, I suppose. Village assets and all. Now, the multiple bodyguards were of course there, and seeing as how the Whirlpool and the Leaf were great allies in the past, Sai arrived here to ensure that she was safe as well, because Sai is supposed to be Kushina's brother in the series that I've created. So Sai arrived there with a team of about 10 people from the Uchiha village as well. Now these 20 ninjas were essentially hand-picked by Madara over the years. Their age ranges from 16 to about 38. So these ninjas are essentially like the pseudo Akatsuki for now. These 20 ninjas are extremely well trained and well groomed. Madara was busy. He's already dead now, but still, he was busy as fuck. So, a rough estimate of the people who were there protecting Kusina during her childbirth were, first off, Fugaku was sent away in a mission, so he was not there to protect Kushina himself, which led 5 Uchihas to be there instead. Because if Fugaku was here, the battle would be a lot different with his Mangekyou Sharingan. A squad of 5 Uchihas was sent over. Now, Itachi would have been there, but he is a member of the Anbu Black Ops, so he can't be there as well. He's busy with his missions. There was also 7 members from the Senju clan, and Minato's parents from the Namikaze clan were also there. They were all ensuring that Kushina's childbirth went untouched and unharmed, I suppose. Jiraiya had come in right now as well to ensure that nothing wrong went around, and he was the one who was patrolling the borders, I suppose. Tsunade was out on missions. Orochimaru was busy within his lab. Now, the people who were there protecting Kushina, essentially, they did a good job. The 5 Uchihas were the first to be eliminated because of their Sharingans. They could pose a threat. So they were all plucked off by some of the top people who were also Uchihas who had abandoned the Hidden Leaf and were plucked by Madara, similar to how Obito was taken. Obito was also among these 5 people who had actually taken out the Uchihas. After which, the Senju clan members were put in genjutsus, but they managed to break out easily enough. But it took them a few seconds, which was more than enough for a few of the Uchiha people to slip by. Few of the people from the team of 20 men to slip by. These 20 men, about 10 of whom slipped inside, had already deceived Jiraiya. Jiraiya was patrolling the outside, but he was ambushed, I suppose, by 5 people, and he was busy fighting them on the outskirts, with about 3 or 4 Anbu members as well. Now, the 3rd Hokage was immediately vigilant as he saw red sparks fly out on the outskirts of the village, which was essentially a distress call saying that the security of the village has been breached. Kushina's childbirth was at its peak, at which point about 7 people teleported inside the room with the help of Obito's Kamui. This caused troubles as in the room were Minato's parents, the 3rd Hokage, a few Anbu members, and Sai and 2 Uzumaki members. The 7 people, 3 of whom attacked Sai and the Uzumakis, and 4 of whom attacked Minato and his parents, and 3 of whom attacked Minato and his parents, 1 attacked the 3rd Hokage. Obito's bomb plan essentially worked as well, throwing a few bombs inside, causing a few people to have to teleport outside and get out of the radius of the explosion. This was a big fucking room, so Kushina was still unharmed, but she could not defend herself because childbirth, not an easy thing. So, a big fight goes down where the 3rd Hokage manages to kill the assailant who was after him, but he was injured as well, seeing as how these are highly trained people who are attacking the village. And one of the people, who was Obito, managed to teleport to Kushina while Minato was busy taking off the 3 people and kill the 3rd Hokage's wife who was there trying to protect her. He then managed to, loosen the chakra fucking seal up and release the 9 tails out. This time around, however, the damage done by the 9 tails was significantly reduced, seeing as how the Senju clans, the Uzumaki clans, not really, the Uzumaki clans weren't there actually. The Senju and the Uchihas were immediately deployed to contain the 9 tails breach, because they had to be on par just in case this shit happened. The Uchihas tried to control it with their genjutsu, which did annoy him a bit and managed to slow him down, while 3 members from the Senju's elite forces, who still had some semblance of Hashirama's wood-style jutsu, not as good, but there, tried to essentially calm the 9 tails down. This caused a lot of troubles for Obito as he was trying to control the 9 tails by being on his head and shit, but Minato and his parents managed to kill the 3 assailants after him and attacked Obito. Kushina does, however, die. Obito gets taken down similar to how he was in the original. He then disappears, of course, and Minato does not die, but Kushina dies. He has then, because there are some other Uzumakis there and also Sai is there, he manages to, put the Kyuubi inside of Naruto. This time around, because there are more people who are more experienced and know more how to transfer the the fucking tail beast, Naruto gets the entirety of Kurama's chakra, so that's about it. I'm gonna have to leave it at this. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys want another episode of this, I'm gonna need about 30 likes on this video, and I'll upload the video in about 4 days. If I get 30 likes within like 10 hours. Fuck you guys. That's why. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out, I suppose, and stay safe. Why the fuck not, right? Peace.